going to go over how to set up a listing template. So we go to templates again, and we are going to make a new template. This is for listings. So this is going to be Jerry listing template for residential. Do not apply because we want to choose which templates we apply, so do not automatically apply. Save. And here it is. So first thing we're going to do, as always, we're going to do a cover sheet. And on this cover sheet, we don't know who the seller is going to be because this is a template. We don't know the property information. But what we do know is our information because we're going to be the selling agent or the listing agent. So we'll fill out all of this information. And this is where your name goes, your telephone number, the fax number, which is and then your cell phone number and your email address. Your agent DRE number goes right here, and then our brokerage number goes right here, which is 01037761. So you fill this out, and we don't need any of this information. We'll click Save. So now the next thing we're going to add is going to be our listing agreement. Click this here. It'll put all of our information into it already. So there it is right there. And there's going to be some disclosures. Here's your information inputted right here. And you keep scrolling down. And we're not going to put any of this information in because this is going to pertain directly to the property that you're going to be listing. But this would be where the APN goes and you know, the listing price and all of this. But if you fill out your cover sheet ahead of time, this will all automatically be inputted. This is where you're going to put the price, and then this is where you're going to put the total percentage. So since it's a template, you don't have to put a number in here because you might want to shoot from the hip, and if it's a certain circumstance, you may be putting 5% in here, but by default I put 6% right there. And then this is going to be the amount that we're going to be giving to the buyer's agent, which is going to be 2.5%. So I set that up as a default. This is another thing that you're going to want to go over with your clients right here. If there is a solar power system that's leased, or if maybe they were doing the HERO program and they had their heating and air system listed on their leased through their tax records, that would be a good thing to ask them about, or anything else like that. Another good thing to ask them about is if, say, there's a chandelier above their table, but it was a chandelier that was passed on from, you know, to them from their grandmother. You would want to list that right over here in items excluded, because otherwise things that are attached to the property are considered part of the real estate. So this is a good time when you're going through the listing with your client to see if there's anything else that they want to exclude from the sale of the property. Right here, we're going to put Metro List. And then that is about it for the defaults for the listing agreement. Now we'll go back to our template, and these are all forms that you're going to want to add to your listing agreement template. So first is going to be transfer disclosure statement, and then seller property questionnaire, along with water conserving plumbing fixtures. You're going to want to do an agent visual inspection, also lead-based paint. I add these on my templates, but you're not always going to need it if the property wasn't built before 1968. We'll add in the market condition advisory, statewide buyer seller advisory, the FERPTA, and that's about it. If you have an earthquake form, you can always add that in here as well, but they don't have one on this form. So we're going to go back to list, and now that is our listing template. So anytime you go to list a property, you would go like this, new listing, and this is going to be for this property, residential, and I'm going to be going to a listing presentation, so I click my template right here, save, first thing I'll do is put in my seller's name, there's a second seller, put it in here. It's going to input this information. Go ahead and find the APN, assessor's parcel number, put that in here, and fill this out as much as you can. I wouldn't put a purchase price because usually you're going to figure that out with your client while you're walking them through the listing presentation. And I would leave this just like this. Click save. Now when you go back, your listing agreement is going to be filled out and have their information here. So what you can do with this is now you can just print it out and take it to your listing agreement, and you can sign it with your client right then and there. And that's all there is to the listing template tutorial. Thank you.